Alright guys, so now we're going to cover things like babies. And the only reason I'm saying just babies is because, kids, like toddlers and kids that are basically above the age of 3, that have teeth, that can chew and stuff like that, unless there is a medical condition, they can pretty much eat everything that you eat. So, and if you have to like smush stuff for them, you know how to do that. For babies, you want to make sure if they're still doing formula, make sure you stock up on formula. You rotate it out just like anything else. Water, because they require baby water instead of just regular water. Not gonna lie, I have used bottled water, like from Nestle or Dasani, whatever, if I've had to, and it doesn't make a difference. Stock up on diapers. I actually have cloth diapers, so I do both. I have cloth and I have regular, and if you need to use one, you can use one. If you run out and you need the other, you can do the other. Only difference is you'll be, washing your cloth diapers and stuff like that. That's the other reason that I ordered a bidet. That was the main reason, because it's not the one that hooks up on the inside of your toilet. You actually get it and spray. So you can spray off your diapers and everything like that and just put them in the washer. Alright. Wipes, or an alternative. You can get, if you get paper towels, if you don't have wipes, you can get paper towels and wet them and put them in like a container. Wash out a Lysol container, like the plastic Lysol wipes. Wash one of those out, put water in it, voila, you got you some wipes. You can use cloth and just wash it too. Let's see. Warm clothes and blankets. If your kid has a blanket that they love, make sure you have that blanket. Make sure you have an extra, and maybe a third. And if they have a favorite toy, you better have that too, because you're going to be in trouble if you have to leave or if something happens to one of them. Better have a backup. I'm just saying, guys, it happens. Food, cereal. Evidently, babies have to have food and cereal that's pureed, super pureed. My 7-month-old is actually eating, roasted veggies and stuff like that now. I've been cooking it and just giving that to her. Of course, under supervision, but she's doing like the baby-led weaning and is doing great. But any babies that are like 7 months, 6 months and younger, you want to make sure you've got the food that they can eat. Cereals, we don't give her cereal yet. That's like for us, like Cheerios and things like that. She doesn't have teeth. So if they don't have teeth, you really want to consider just sticking to that stuff. Medicines for babies. Appropriate medicines. Appropriate dosages. If you don't know the dosage for your baby, you need to talk to a doctor and see if you can get a dosage chart or look it up online. I would recommend talking to your doctor because they would have the most updated information. That is for the safety of your child and your own personal, conscious. I would not want to estimate of how much medicine I should give my child if I was having to give them medicine. Now you can go back and say, okay, well, when she was this age or he was this age, then, or they were this age, you gave them this. You could give them that, and you know that that's not too much. As long as it's infant or, as long as it's infant sized appropriate or children sized appropriate. But most definitely, you need to stick with your doctor and see what they say. A nose Frida, honestly, your kid gets a stuffy nose, that thing's awesome. It's better than a bulb syringe, like what they give, the blue things with the long thing. Yeah, get a nose Frida, guys. It comes with filters. I know it feels disgusting and it sounds disgusting. It's kind of disgusting when you're using it, but my kid had a runny nose for like a whole week or 2 weeks. We used that, and she still hasn't had a runny nose, and that was like 2 months ago. So yeah, they're awesome. And they're perfect for babies that have RSV or any kind of nasal sinus stuff. Use it, guys. It helps. Snacks, appropriate food. Like I said, some babies, they still don't have teeth. And babies who have nutritional issues, you want to make sure that you're giving them snacks that they will eat, just like with kids. Some kids like fruit roll-ups. Some kids like peanut butter. Some kids can't have peanut butter. Some kids can. Tomato, not really. It's like, I don't know. You got so many different things. So figure out what your kid likes and stock up on it. Make sure you get body wash. Body wash is important. And, with that, I'll go ahead and kick on into the medicines and first aids, and hygiene, if I can. I've used 6 minutes, so I should have a little bit longer. Medicine and first aid. Fever and pain reducers that are appropriate for you and your family, your age groups, and your weights. Make sure you get the appropriate stuff. You do not want to use an adult medication on a child, especially if it's not the correct ratio. I cannot tell you how important it is not to give a kid an adult dose. Like I said, talk to your doctors, see what's appropriate. Your prescriptions. If you get a prescription refilled, go ahead, call the pharmacy, make sure you don't have any refills, and look and make sure you do have the right amount of refills for so long so that you don't have to go out in town. Sinus and allergy medicine. If you're on a regular regular allergy pill, a lot of times they're prescribed, but you can get them over the counter cheaper. Yeah. Stock up on those. Vitamins, go ahead and get those. That way you're keeping yourself healthy. If you're not able to get outside, you're missing out on vitamin D. So go ahead and take a vitamin D every now and again because of sunlight. Lotions, your skin will get dry. Nail clippers, that's kind of part of hygiene. You need to stay short nails, stay clean, stuff like that. Bandages, band-aids, peroxide, and alcohol. Scissors and tapes. And I could give you a whole bunch of other things because, I do work in EMS and there's a lot of things you could keep and stock up on. But I will tell you, you should get a survivalist guide that is appropriate for your situation. Survivalist guide for a family. Survivalist guide for an individual. Natural disasters. Certain things like that. So, you just need to figure out what kind of situation you're going to be in and get it for that situation. Alright. So, hygiene. Let me go ahead and cover this real quick. Hygiene is very important. You guys should already have been washing your hands, using stuff to disinfect. I mean, seriously, it's a skill. It's something you learn when you're growing up. Wash your freaking hands, wipe your tail, and stop spreading germs. Cover your cough. These are all things you should have been doing already. But people don't, and people get sick. Alright, so get soaps for disinfectant. Get like dial soap. It will dry your hands off if you're washing all the time, so use your lotion. Nail clips to keep your nails short. You don't want to get them so long that you've got dirt under them, but you don't want to get so short that you cut the quicks like that. Yeah. You don't want to cut your skin because then you get gotta worry about germs getting in. But I need to even mine out. So, deodorant, paper products, like I said, stock up on them. You've got a few different options, but if you need to, you can stock up on them like that. The wind has opened my door, and for some reason the chickens are crowing. Must be hungry. Last things last. If you're gonna be stuck in the house for a month or 2 or 3 or whatever, make sure you got some board games. If not, well, make sure you got board games and like entertainment and stuff, because if you lose electric and you lose all this stuff and you ain't got kids to watch, or you got kids to watch and they're asleep, you're gonna get bored. So get you some baby personal protection. We're gonna probably have a nice itsy bitsy bit of a baby boom from this. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be huge, but we're probably gonna have a good amount of babies next year in 9 months. Or do we have 9 months? Next year in like December or January, we're probably gonna have some babies coming in. So make sure you go ahead and prepare for that. Make sure you got, if you use birth control, make sure you've got it, ladies. Men, if you use your own stuff, make sure you got it. You don't want kids, you better make sure you got the stuff to protect yourself from kids. Alright, so like I said in my earlier things you can do ahead of time. Learn to cook from scratch. Get with an aunt, an uncle, someone who already knows how to can foods, and can. Learn how to can. Learn how to harvest your meat, animals, your meat, things like that. If you're vegetarian, do what you need to do to, get the stuff that you need to survive on vegan meals. And then, let's see, take a class in CPR and first aid. I recommend it to anyone, even if you're not having to worry about a natural disaster or some kind of illness like this or anything. It's always good to know how to do things that you might need to do later. Even though I would never wish it upon anyone to have to do this CPR or first aid on a family member or someone. Buy a survivalist guide. That way you can learn more and stay stocked up and rotate food in and out. So that's the last of my tips for stocking up, getting ready for any kind of long-term, or not really a super long-term, but a temporary time that you're having to stay for a natural disaster, staying in for quarantine and disease prevention, things like that. Now, if you've made it through all of these videos, I would be so grateful if you liked, comment, and subscribe. And if you have anything to add, if you have other videos you can refer other viewers to, add them in the comments. I am speaking to you on my personal basis. I am not a professional prepper. I am, I just know what I know and what I remember. I remember my parents going to the school during the ice storm and getting cans, and going to the store and getting canned food. And we were buying them by the cases. They weren't really worried about toilet paper and stuff like that. We could take care of that. Have you ever used a leaf in camping? It happens. But make sure you know what the ivy leaf looks like. Alright guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching this. Please, like I said, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Peace out and stay safe.